Most students find neurology difficult because they try to memorize diseases randomly. They see weakness and immediately think stroke, tumor, neuropathy, myopathy, multiple sclerosis, and then everything becomes confusing. But neurologists don't start with disease names. They start with one simple question: where is the lesion? In this video, we'll learn a simple framework to approach any neurology patient step by step. Neurology feels difficult because one symptom can come from many different levels of the nervous system. For example, if a patient has weakness, the problem may be in the brain, brainstem, spinal cord, peripheral nerve, neuromuscular junction, or muscle. So before we ask, what disease is this, we should ask, which part of the nervous system is affected? To make neurology easy, use this 5-step framework: LTFUE. L means location, T means time course, F means focal or diffuse. U means upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron, neuromuscular junction or muscle pattern. E means emergency or not. Whenever you see a neurology patient, apply this framework before jumping to a diagnosis. The first and most important step is localization. Ask yourself, is the lesion in the brain, brainstem, spinal cord, peripheral nerve, neuromuscular junction, or muscle? Each site gives a different clinical pattern. For example, right-sided weakness with aphasia points toward the left cerebral hemisphere. Why? Because the brain controls the opposite side of the body, and language is usually located in the left dominant hemisphere. But if the patient has facial weakness on one side and body weakness on the opposite side, think of the brainstem. This is called a crossed neurological sign. The second question is, how quickly did the symptoms develop? Time course is one of the biggest clues in neurology. If symptoms are sudden, within seconds or minutes, think of a vascular event like stroke or hemorrhage. If symptoms develop over hours to days, think of infection or inflammation. If symptoms progress over weeks to months, think of tumor, space-occupying lesion, or compression. If symptoms progress over months to years, think of degenerative disease. A very useful memory line is, sudden equals vascular until proven otherwise. The third question is the problem focal or diffuse? Focal means one specific part of the nervous system is affected. For example, right-sided weakness with aphasia is focal. It suggests a lesion in the left cerebral hemisphere. Diffuse means the whole brain function is affected. For example, confusion, drowsiness, coma, or generalized altered sensorium may be due to metabolic, toxic, infectious, or diffuse brain causes. So focal deficits help us localize. Diffuse symptoms make us think of systemic or widespread brain involvement. The fourth step is especially important when the patient has weakness. Ask, is this upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron, neuromuscular junction, or muscle weakness? If there is spasticity, brisk reflexes, and Babinski sign, think of an upper motor neuron lesion. If there is wasting, fasciculations, and reduced reflexes, think of a lower motor neuron lesion. If weakness worsens with repeated use, especially with ptosis and diplopia, think of neuromuscular junction, like myasthenia gravis. If there is proximal weakness, like difficulty climbing stairs or getting up from a chair, with normal sensation, think of muscle disease. The final step is very important. Is this an emergency? Some neurology presentations must be recognized immediately because delay can cause permanent disability or death. For example, sudden right-sided weakness with speech difficulty is stroke until proven otherwise. Worst headache of life with vomiting and neck stiffness is subarachnoid hemorrhage until proven otherwise. Back pain with bilateral leg weakness and urinary retention is spinal cord compression until proven otherwise. Now let's apply LTFUE to a case. A 65-year-old man suddenly develops right-sided weakness and difficulty speaking. First, location. Right-sided weakness plus speech difficulty suggests a left cerebral hemisphere lesion. Second, time course. The onset is sudden, so the likely mechanism is vascular. Third, focal or diffuse. This is focal because one side of the body and language are affected. Fourth, upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron, neuromuscular junction, E or muscle. Stroke causes an upper motor neuron pattern. Fifth, emergency or not. Yes, this is an emergency. The immediate approach is ABC, check glucose, urgent CT brain, and stroke protocol. So the next time you see a neurology patient, do not start by memorizing disease names. Start with this framework. LTFUE. Location. Where is the lesion? Time course. How quickly did it happen? Focal or diffuse. Is one area affected or the whole brain? Upper motor neuron, lower motor neuron, neuromuscular junction, or muscle. What is the weakness pattern? Emergency. Does this patient need urgent action? Once you learn this approach, neurology becomes much more logical and much less frightening. Thanks for watching.